In the previous videos, we have learned how to find the equation of the circle given center and radius, and vice versa. In this video, we'll learn how to solve word problem finding the equation of the circle. So for question 1, find the equation of circle with diameter PQ where the coordinates P and Q are given respectively as follows. For these two questions, we are supposed to find the equation of circle. So the first thing is to ensure that we find the center and the radius of the circle before we can find the equation of circle. So to start off the question, even before we can find center and radius of the circle, it will be good to sketch the diagram. So for question 1, it is given that we have a diameter PQ. So diameter means that it is the longest chord that passed through the center of the circle. So let this be the center of circle. Draw the diameter PQ. Put in the information in, and we can start finding the center and the radius of the circle. So with the information given, we do know that the midpoint of the diameter is actually my center. So let the center be O. So since both the coordinate PQ is given, finding midpoint is straightforward. -2 plus 4 over 2 and 1 plus 3 over 2. Simplify the expression. The coordinates of the center will be 1, 2. So with the center found, we will be able to find the radius. So with the center, let's put in the information in to the diagram. We can make use of the center O and either one of the point PQ to find my radius, because radius is actually my length. So in this case, it will be a better choice to make use of Q since both the coordinates X and Y are positive value. So the radius will be my length OQ, which is square root x1 minus x2. So we can take 4 minus 1 square plus y1 minus y2. So we have to take 3 minus 2 square. So we can simplify the expression to get square root 10. Okay, it's not necessary to express our radius in 3SF because this is just the intermediate step. So since finding the center and radius are done, we can continue to find the equation of the circle. So with our previous video, finding the equation of circle, we can first start off with the standard form and expand and simplify to get our general form. So our standard form would be x minus 1 square plus y minus 2 square equals to radius square. So radius is square root 10, then square. So this is the equation of circle. So we cannot leave our answer in standard form. We have to expand and simplify. So expanding the left-hand side, and simplify into the general form, which means equate the equation to 0. So x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 2y plus 5 minus 10, so we get minus 5 equals to 0. So this will be our final answer. So just to summarize question 1, to find the equation of circle, we must always first find the center and the radius of the circle before we can find the equation of circle. So how to help us find center and radius? We can illustrate the information given into a diagram. So in this case, since the diameter is PQ, we can find the midpoint, which is the center of the circle. So from there, we can work to find the radius and therefore find equation of circle. Let's move on to question 2. Find the equation of a circle which touches the x-axis and whose center C is negative 3, 5. So in this question, similar to question 1, to find the equation of circle, we have to first find the center, radius of circle, before we can find the equation of circle. So what does it mean by the circle touches the x-axis? It means that the x-axis has one intersection with the circle, or we can say that the x-axis is a tangent to the circle. So this means that if this is my circle, if it touches the x-axis being the horizontal line having gradient 1, my x-axis can be at the top of the circle, or it could be at the bottom of the circle. So looking at this question in specific, since we know that the center C is given, negative 3, 5, we are able to locate it on the x and y axis. So negative 3 and 5. This is the center of the circle. So given the concept that it touches the x-axis, my circle can only fall above my x-axis. So it's, in this case, this situation. So let me draw my circle. So this becomes the intersection point where the circle touches the x-axis. Right, so since center is given, we can move on to find radius. Based on the diagram, we could see that this is my radius, and it is obvious that the radius is actually equals to 5. With my center and radius found, we can write the equation of the circle easily, starting from the standard form. So x minus negative 3, which is x plus 3 square, y minus 5 square equals to radius square. So we can't leave this as our final answer. We have to expand, simplify, and equate it to 0, leaving our answer in general form. So expanding the equation, x squared plus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 10y plus 25 equals to 25. Simplifying it, we have x squared plus y squared plus 6x minus 10y plus 9 equals to 0. And that will be our final answer. So the new concept that we learned in question 2 is that when it touches the x-axis, it means the circle has a tangent to the x-axis. So which means that it could be a horizontal line above the circle or a horizontal line below the circle. Depending on the center of the circle, we can determine whether it's case 1 or case 2. So likewise, if we will translate the concept where the circle touches the y-axis, it means that there is a vertical line touching the circle either on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. So for further practice, please refer to your textbook, page 192, practice exercise 6A, question 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7.